Hi, welcome to Seshu-Solutions. This is Anusha. Today I'm going to teach you about decimal division. This is part 2 video of the decimal division. In this video, I'll try to cover dividing decimal numbers by decimal numbers. Let me start with few examples. The first example we have is 64.5.92 divided by 0.2. This one is called the dividend. And the second one is called the divisor. So the divisor is a decimal number here. So in that case, we have to do 64.6, one second, sorry. It is 645.92 divided by 0.2. Because in the divisor, we have a decimal number and we have one decimal place. Decimal place is nothing but after the decimal point, how many digits you have. In this case, we have one decimal number like 2, one decimal. After the decimal point, you have only one digit 2. For that case, you're multiplying by 10 on the top, 10 on the bottom. Because we don't want a decimal number in the denominator or we don't want a decimal number in the divisor. For that case, because after the decimal point we have one digit here, you're multiplying it by 10. When you multiply by 10 any decimal number, we will move one place to the right. So you'll write this question as 645. Because you're multiplying by 10, you will move the decimal point one step to the right and it will become 9.2 and the denominator will become 2. Okay, so now we can start doing the division. So 2 here, so 6459.2 and then we will do the division. 2 times 3 is 6, 6 minus 6 is 0 and then we are bringing the 4 down. So 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 minus 4 is 0 and then we are bringing the 5 down. So 2 times 2 is 4. So 5 minus 4 is 1 and then we are bringing the 9 down. 2 times 9 is 18. So 19 minus 18 is 1. Because of the decimal point here, we will put a decimal point in the coefficient. And then we will bring the next number 2 down. So 2 times 6 is 12. So 12 minus 12 is 0. So we got the answer as 3229.6. That is called the coefficient. Okay. So it is same as your regular divisions and the decimal division. But here in the divisor, we have a decimal point. So after the decimal point, we have one number. So we are multiplying by 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom. When you multiply by 10, you will move the decimal point one step to the right and you will write it as 6459.2 and then you're dividing by 2. Okay. So let's go with the second example. In this case, the dividend is 2.88 and the divisor is 0.18. Again, in the divisor, we have a decimal number. We have 2 digits after the decimal point. So we are multiplying by 100 on the top, 100 on the bottom. Then when you're multiplying by 100, you will move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So it will become 288 over 18. Okay. So let's do the division. 18 and 288. 18 times 1 is 18. And we have to subtract. 28 minus 18. 8 minus 8 is 0 and 2 minus 1 is 1. And then we will bring the 8 down. Now we have to check 18 times 6. Okay. So 6 times 8 is 48 and 4. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 4 is 108. So we are writing 18 times 6 value as 108 and we have to subtract. 108 minus 108 is 0. So what is the answer we got here? 16, which is the coefficient. Okay. Because after the decimal point in the divisor, we have two digits. You're multiplying by 100 on the top and 100 on the bottom. And when you're multiplying by 100, you will move the decimal point two places to the right and you'll write it as 288 divided by 18. Now we are going to the third example, which is 21.7 divided by 0.31. So 21.7 divided by 0.31. In the divisor is nothing but what you wrote in the denominator. After the decimal point, we have two digits, 3 and 1. After the decimal point, we have two digits. So we are multiplying by 100 on the top and 100 on the bottom. So when you multiply by 100, the decimal point will move two places to the right. So when it jumps two places to the right, it will become 31. Here on the top, when you move two places to the right, but we have only one place there. And for the second place, we will keep 0 because we don't have digits here. We have only one digit. For the second, see, 21.7 times 100, right? So we have to move the decimal point two places to the right. Okay, so because we don't have any number there, you're just writing 2170. Okay, now we will do the division. So 2170 divided by 31. Okay, 31 times 7 is 217. Let me check. Okay, 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 3 is 21. Okay, which is 217. Okay, now 217 minus 217 is 0, and then the next number is 0. Now 31 times 0 is 0. You have to subtract again. 0 minus 0 is 0. So the answer will be 70. 70 is your coefficient. Now in the fourth example, we have 4.32 and the divisor is 1.6. So divisor, which is the number in the denominator, after the decimal point, you have one digit. So you'll multiply by 10 on the top, 10 on the bottom. When you multiply by 10 on the top, 10 on the bottom, the decimal point will move one step to the right. So from here, it is moving one step to the right, and we will write it as 43.2 over 16. Okay, now we will do the division. So 16 here and 43.2 here. Okay, so now 16 times 2 is 32. So 3 minus 2 is 1 and 4 minus 3 is 1. Because of the decimal point here, we will put a decimal point and then we will bring the 2 down. So 16 times, let's check 7. 7 times 6 is 42, 4. And 7 times 1 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. Okay. So 16 times 7 is 112. So 112 minus 112 is 0. So which is 2.7. Okay. We got 2.7. That is the coefficient. Okay. Now, the fifth example is 0.9688 divided by 0.8. So 0.9688 is your dividend and 0.8 is your divisor. Now again, because in the divisor, after the decimal point, you have one number. So you're multiplying by 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom. Okay, so now when you multiply by 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom, we have to move the decimal place 1 point to the right. So it is 9.688 divided by 8. So 8 and again 9.688 divided by 8. So 8 times 1 is 8. So 9 minus 8 is 1. And because of the decimal point here, we have to put a decimal point on the top and bring the 6 down. So 8 times 2 is 16. So 16 minus 16 is 0. And then we are bringing the 8 down. 8 times 1 is 8. Again, we have to subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. And then we are bringing the 8 down. So 8 times 1 is 8. So 8 minus 8 is 0. So what is the coefficient we got? 1.211. Okay. So this one is called the dividend. And this one is divisor. And the final answer what we got is the coefficient. Okay. I'll explain one more example. It is 0.72 divided by 0.008. So again, 0.72 is a dividend and divisor is 0.008. In the divisor, after the decimal point, we have 3 decimal places. So 1, 2, and 3. Because we have 3 decimal places, you are multiplying by 1000 on the top and 1000 on the bottom. Okay, so when you're multiplying by 1000 any number, for example, if you're doing 0.72 times 1000, you're multiplying by 1000. So what we have to do, we have to jump the decimal point 3 steps to the right, 1, 2, and 3. There we don't have any number, so we're keeping 720. Okay, now 0.008 by 1000. Because you're multiplying by 1000, we have to move the decimal point 3 places to the right. So which is, we can write 8.0 or 8. Okay. And then you can do our regular division. So what are the numbers we got after multiplying? 720 and then 8. Okay. So 8 here, 720. Now 8 times 9 is 72. So 72 minus 72 is 0. And then we will bring the 0 down. So 8 times 0 is 0. So now 0 minus, 8 times 0 is 0. Now 0 minus 0 is 0. So the answer we got as 90. Okay. Because in the divisor, this is called the divisor. This is the dividend. In the divisor, if you have a decimal number, we will multiply by, we will check how many digits we have after the decimal point. In this case, we have 3 decimal places. So we are multiplying by 1000 on the top, 1000 on the bottom, and we got 720 and 8, and then we did the regular division. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.